again, everybody. Today I'm going to show you how you can add an extra gauge, a tachometer, for example. That's what I need, is a tachometer. I have one. I've been using it for a while now. I like it. But my tachometer, I've got a tachometer, coolant temperature sensor, intake temperature, which is way off, probably because the key was off. Yeah, it was way off. All of these parameters that you would like to have, like I've got the voltage, it's an exact gauge, it's not just a generic little gauge, because my instrument cluster is fairly basic. It's got the engine temperature, oil pressure, speedometer, fuel gauge, and voltmeter. The volts are not super accurate because it's just got 14 and 19 and 9, so you can just tell if you're discharging or charging, which is good. But if you want to know an exact number, you got to have something like this. I also have the ability to tell my 0 to 60 time, 0 to 100 kilometers an hour time, how much horsepower supposedly that I've got. I don't know how accurate that really is. It depends on how you set up your profile. Now, what this app is Torque. Let me show you. Let me go out of it, and I will show you right on the screen there. You can see where it says Torque right here. Now you open that up and it puts you into this screen. Now this screen is your home screen, and you can see there's three little icons. First one is connecting to satellites, which it uses a GPS in your phone to connect to satellites. It's connected to the phone itself, which means the app is running in the phone. This one is the small Bluetooth adapter. You can see the little third thing there, little third blue thing here. That is the Bluetooth adapter, which it is connected to. Now when I turn the key on, give it a second, and you can see the little picture of a truck. That's there was not a picture of a bus on there, so that's what I used with the truck. It shows that it is connected, and it shows the profile is Zephyr. And what that means is you are connected through your phone through a Bluetooth device that is hooked up under your dash to the actual computer, the ECM, engine control module, in your vehicle. This will work on any vehicle made after 1996. Before 1996 it was OBD1, which is Onboard Diagnostic System number 1, and that's the one that you can cross the terminals over and count the flashes of the service engine soon light, and you can tell what your trouble codes are. This one actually will read out your trouble codes for you. It has, you can see, it says fault codes right here. You can tap and you can scan. I don't have any trouble codes. There's nothing wrong, so it's not going to pull up any codes. But that way you can pull up and read your codes, and you can go to the garage. If you're going to go to the garage and get it fixed, you can go to the garage at least being able to tell them, hey, this is what code it's throwing, and you know, this is where you can start. That kind of tells them, hey, you might know a little bit about it, and maybe a less chance of getting ripped off. Not guaranteed, but also you have, here's my real-time information. There's my tachometer. I have coolant temperature, which that stuff is wrong because it's not hooked up. Once it hooks, you'll see. Okay, 120 is the coolant temperature. Let me start it up. It might be a little loud for a second. Okay, now you can see the RPMs are going up. They will go up and down with the engine. So, I have my RPM gauge, coolant temperature, intake temperature, and the voltage. Now, you can scroll through and you can put different gauges on. You can put different kinds, like I've got the speed put up here in this corner. This screen's kind of interesting because you have your 0 to 60 time, you have your 0 to 100. It's kind of fun, you know. You can check your horsepower, and the way that it does the horsepower is it uses the, let me turn this off so you can hear me. It uses the weight of the vehicle, and it calculates it by whatever weight you put in on your profile. You have to set up a profile and all that, and you put in, let me show you. Okay, going to this, go to vehicle profile, and you can see I've got the Cavalier and the Century. I had another profile for this and it wasn't working right, so here's Zephyr, which I do need to change something because I did take Zephyr over to a scale, and I don't know if you can see that, but there is the weight, how much Zephyr weighs. 9,000 pounds. I'm going to have to lose some weight. Well, not just me, the bus has got to lose some weight. Anyway, okay, you can set how much fuel is in the tank. That is if you want to use it to figure your miles per gallon and what range you have left. You can set your fuel cost, how much fuel costs where you're at, and it will figure all this. And this app does a whole lot more than just what I'm telling you about, but the parts that I'm telling you about is the reason that I downloaded it and used it. Just a good way to, for me, I throw my phone up right here. Let's see. So what I do, I have a magnet mount, and I have on the back of my phone, I have these little, have that little metal piece stuck to it, and just put it up like that. You can also, you can turn it like that if you wanted to, and you could have your gauges laid out longer like that. You could even have a tablet hooked up here, or you could even mount it wherever you wanted. This way you have your gauges, and they're still kind of in your line of sight because you just have to kind of look down a little bit, like right here. You don't have to look down here somewhere, so that's why I keep it up high. I'll keep it like that right there. Because I want to monitor my RPMs. With this bus and this engine, you get maximum miles per gallon at 1800 RPM. Pretty much right at 1800 is 55 miles an hour on flat ground. You start going uphill, downhill, all that kind of stuff, or pulling load or whatever, and it changes. It goes up and down. So this is what I use anyway. Now, the thing is, it won't work on all vehicles. I mean, of course, you're going to have some vehicles, no matter how hard you look, you're not going to be able to find a place to plug in, because there's not going to be one. But as far as anything made after 1996, you should be good. Anyway, you would go to the Play Store, download that app, get you one of these little Bluetooth connectors. I'll throw a link down in the description there to a Bluetooth adapter. There's a bunch of different kinds. I'll put a link to the one I got there, but it's a handy little kit here that you can rig up. Now it does take your cell phone up, and also it doesn't work on Apple. It's just for Android, which is not a problem for me because I have an Android phone. I've had Apple phones before, but right now I've got an Android phone. That's what I like better. So it doesn't affect me, but a lot of people use an iPhone, and this app won't work on it. There may be some that will, and there may be some adapters that will work with an iPhone. I'm not sure. But if not, you can get this same setup, and you can get find an old Android device, and you get your little adapter. I can't remember how much that one was, but they're not super expensive. So for probably around 50 bucks, you can have all kinds of gauges and stuff that you can fool with. You can run your codes, all that kind of stuff. Just a little quick tip there. It's been kind of cold outside here recently to do any work on the water wheel, and I've just been trying to find inside stuff to do because it's cold outside. Anyway, I guess that's probably going to be about it for this little video, because I just wanted to show you my little Torque thing and tell you how easy it is to set up, to get a hold of and set up. If anybody decides to get this and they need any help with it, just give me a holler. I'll try to help y'all can. It's pretty simple to set everything up though. But anyway, I appreciate everybody watching, and I'll see you on the next one.